folks, welcome to the Best Family Outdoor Show. I'm going to show you guys some tips on tire valves today for RVs like this one. So let's look at it. So here's a tire with a stock valve, right? If this was in the inner tire of a dually, you would have problems checking it. But what I want to show you is options you have. See this one here? This is an extension valve, right? It just screws on top of this guy right here, like so. Okay, on top, like so. All right, easy peasy. All right, get it all in, get it tight, basically. And at that point, you have a tire extension, right? You could put this around here and then clip it somewhere. But figure, clip it to its own tire. That way it doesn't spin wrong and all that stuff. But either way, you basically have a clip, right? That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. So this is one variation of a clip. I'd say this is the cheap version. And this is an extension valve. And I would say it's nice, but this is also the cheap version in my eyes. So look at it, okay? I'm going to give you a couple of more options to show you options you have for valve changes, especially for the inner tire, okay? So let's look at it. Here we are. Here's an example of the exact same setup that we did with this one. But instead, there's a metal U bracket. There's a little screw that you just tighten, and then it gives you the option to basically check the tire way in the back, because it's sticking out right here in the top. Understand? And if you look at this one here, the valve is like literally right there, like right there. So it's still accessible, but it's not ideal. So I'll show you a couple of options you can do, okay? So this one here is not accessible, and that is harder to pump. Not inaccessible, but harder to pump unless you take this guy off, this cover, and then you'll be able to reach both really easy, right? Not the rear one really easy, because that's still in the back. But with the extension valve, like I said earlier, it goes right in. So again, to reiterate, we got one of these extension valves going all the way into the back, into the rear valve there, and hooked on with a bracket on this rim. Okay, and that's how you get an accessibility really easy from the back one. Now I'm going to turn to the one behind me, which is a better setup. So here we go. I've taken off the cover to give you an idea. All right. So if you look at this one here, it U's forward. It's a U valve, same as these, but it goes around and it gives you access from the front. So you can just pump this way, right? And this one here is different than the extension I showed you. See how flexible this one is? It's a flexible braided extension, right? Here is a solid straight chute valve that you can screw on. And this gives you the exact same thing with this, right? But you don't need a bracket because that guy doesn't move. And again, you can reach it, right? So these two setups here are probably my ideal choices. It's a bit harder to find these valves though. But if you plan ahead of time, you can get them online. So here we go. That's one setup. This is another setup using the braided valve extension, and one without right here. So this is a good example, okay? This one has a U valve, and in here, if you look with the flashlight, you can see that there's a valve right there. So I'm going to use that extension and try to poke it in there and get access to it, okay? And also, hopefully I can do it one-handed. So again, here's the valve extender. I'm going to basically poke it in, secure it, and get it right here. So that way when I pump it, I don't got to reach in. Sometimes you can't even reach. Okay, so I'm going to reach in here. Get this guy out. It's just a regular tire pump connector. Put that aside. I'm going to reach in with this guy and try to screw it in. Okay, so we go. Here we go, Get that guy in. So installation wise, it's pretty easy, right? Just gotta use your feel. Don't cross thread. So tread lightly. You can probably get a good view. Yeah, I can see from here actually. See, I can see it from here. So I'm just gonna, problem is it's not perfectly aligned, so I'm gonna cross thread it if I don't bend it a bit like this while I screw it. There we go. Go all the way to the tip then. Get it in, don't cross thread. There, I started the threading. Now it's connected. So I'll just keep twisting, get it tight. Like that. Get it in. Nice and tight. There we go. Let me just tighten it with my hands when I reach in. Make sure that valve is good. Okay. Now let's test this guy out, okay? I'm going to unscrew the front cover. Now it's like that. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if we can work this bracket somehow. Okay, so I'm going to give it this guy, like so. And this guy I'll bend upwards. It's a flexible thingy. It's a flexible cable. So there we go. There. See that? Now this guy is in the middle. Pretty good. It's secured, right? So now I'm going to try to pump these two guys and see what kind of thing I'm working with and make sure it works. I noticed this. So the reason why I like these metal ones above all is because you see this compressor pump, right? When you push it in, because it's metal, it just works. But if you have a flexible one, you need two hands. One to hold this and one to hold this and compress it together. There are compressors where you screw on the tip to these threads. That would be the ideal one you get for a flexible valve, but most compressors don't have that. And while we're on the topic, I want to show you something. So you see how this one, I don't know if you can see that, but this one doesn't have the extension, right? I don't even know if I can see it right there. There's a little thing there. So you could get one of these backwards fillers. You can fill it backwards by pointing it opposite direction, right? That's one thing you can do. But you gotta take this cover off regardless, which is why these extenders are great. These ones here are great because it puts it right in the area where you can access if you had any issues on the road without taking this cover off, right? Is how to get these rims off, because you see this one here where we did this last, misaligned this one right here, so I can't quite get access to it. So we did this to the OK job only, but essentially all you need is a flathead or a hammer. I like using flatheads. Get that guy in there like this, create an opening, and you kind of just slowly jimmy it out. There you go. See how there's like a little indent for this? You want that valve, when you close it, to be in the middle. Otherwise you won't be able to reach it and you gotta take it out. Like me right now. So I gotta check this tire. While it's off, I'll check it now. Okay, putting it back in is the exact same way. Like I said, you got to be wary of this. The last person that did this wasn't wary of it, but there's a little slot here. That's for the valve. So when you line it up, make sure the valve is in the middle, so you don't have to take it off when you basically do it. There you go. So earlier I used a screwdriver, popped it out. When you put it in, same thing, just give it a hit all around. Make sure you hit it all around, otherwise it'll fall off when you're driving. Just light taps all around, make sure you do it all around. Do it a few times. Don't want it falling off when you're driving. There you go. Okay, so unlike the previous person, it's aligned in the middle. So the next person can just stick a thing in there instead of taking off this whole cover. Oops, wrong zoom. So you see how we go like this to fill it backwards? and that one will go forward. But in this case, this setup here, which is what I'm proposing you do, you can fill forward and this one forward without any malarkey going backwards filling, right? So yeah, let's bring this to the new setup I did and see how I do. Okay, it's gonna get loud, all right? It's gonna get loud. There's no choice. I'll try to speak loud as the generator, the compressor turns on, but it's gonna be loud, bro. Okay, so let's go. Turning on. This guy here, I can access really easily. All right, compressor is showing 50-ish PSI, so it needs more. I'm gonna pump it to 70. But the one I'm really curious about is this one. Can I do it one hand? Nope. Ah, there you go. One hand, nice. But see how it's like hard to do? Because I can't get pressure. I'll grab it like this. Watch. Hear that? No leak of air. See that? No leak of air. And that is not me farting. See? You need two hands. One hand, it's really hard to secure that. You could do it, but it's almost impossible. So you would fill it like this. Does the valve work? Yeah, man. Let's do it now. Fire is going up. Meaning it's working. I'm filling air in it. It is working. So now this is doing the job. Both tires to 70 psi. Let's go. This one's at 60 psi. So you see how it's backwards? I'm doing the front tire, right? The valve is here, in the back, and this around to the front. So I don't have to use the back. I can just fill it in the front, which is what you want. It's easier to fill at gas station than on the road. Been working on RVs all day, but hopefully that helps you guys, right? When you have a dually, which is like this, two tires, one here, one there, the front one isn't that much of a problem because you can still technically reach it, but it is annoying. The back one is super annoying because you can't really reach it sometimes, which is why I'm recommending you to put this extension valve, either this one or the metal one I showed you, but that is your solution to accessing the back inner tire really easily. All right. Hope that helps you guys. My name is Han, the Best Family Outdoor Show. More RV tips for you, baby. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.